Hello, my people. We are back with a call to action video. And now, the call to action that we're making is the call to make sure that we are preserving the environment, we are conserving the environment. Mother Earth is our source of life, Mother Earth is our source of well being. Mother Earth is the source of the food that we're eating. Mother Earth is the source of the air that we breathe. Mother Earth is the source of the beauty that we brag of and we behold each and every day and appreciate what's going around. So if we leave her naked or if we undress her, she will start crying, and the tears she will cry will be tears of sorrow that will bring sorrow to the existence of life itself on planet Earth, on herself. If we undress her, Mother Earth will be naked and things will not go well with those who live on her. We will carry the shame of the day, and the shame of the day that we'll carry on this is the shame of the day that will lead to the extinction of any life on Mother Earth. Irregardless of your tradition, irregardless of your faith, irregardless of what you believe in, whether you're a spiritual man, whether you're not a spiritual man, whether you believe in the existence of God or not, or whether you believe in heaven or not, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a monk, whether you're a Buddhist, whether you're a Mormon, whether you're a Rastafarian, wherever religion you are, we have one thing in common. And the one thing we have in common is Mother Earth. And the Mother Earth has to be preserved for her to give us the best of the best that she can offer. Most of the things that are happening, the global warming, that has translated into very many other things, the floodings, flash floods, droughts that have led to hunger, diseases and all that. It's because we have neglected Mother Earth, and we don't really care on how she feels when we try to destroy everything that she can offer us. One thing I believe is the earth has everything that a man needs for survival. That God created the earth and He gave it everything that we need for survival. That is how us Christians believe, and that is how the Christian story comes in. And even in the same, God gives us Christians a mandate to steward the earth. After He creating the earth, He saw that it was good, and He created me and you who believe in Him to steward. And the stewarding over here is to make it a better place that every person can stay and enjoy, that can provide the next habitation for the next generation, for the next group of people that will come in. It's not all about me, so that where I've lived, I should destroy it and make it uninhabitable for the other generation that will come in. That is not the intention that God wanted. God wanted us to make, and He wants us to make Mother Earth the best place that we can ever stay and have everything that we need for survival, because she's able to produce everything that we need for survival. And I believe in every religion or every sect or every cult, there are teachings that people get that are related to environmental conservation. I just mentioned the teachings on among the Christians. Among the Muslims, they are also taught to make sure that they preserve the earth. There are very many surahs, a couple of surahs that talks about that, and most of the Muslims will understand me when I say that. Because there are some of the teachings in the holy book. Maybe just to mention one of the surah is chapter 7 and 50. Chapter 7, verse 56 of the Quran talks about the preservation of the environment, the moral preservation of the environment. Talking about our Muslim, Rastafarian brothers and sisters, they also have teachings, and their teachings are more on, uh, principles teaches more of levity, and that is on the total preservation of the environment. Total preservation of the environment and making the environment a better place for each and every human being to survive, because that is where they get the inspiration, that's where they get the food that they eat, that's where they get everything they want. And I believe even the Buddhists, those who believe in reincarnation, they will still teach on the preservation of the environment. Imagine if you die now and you believe in reincarnation, then with your good deeds, you go and you'll be born in another world somewhere that has been destroyed. Will you be happy? If you remember your past life, if you can ever remember your past life during after the reincarnation, I'm not sure because I've never reincarnated before, so I don't really understand what that means or what that theory means. I only know the schools of thoughts about it. If you can look back and see the world that you lived in that was a perfect world, and now you're living in a world that has been completely messed up because you failed to preserve the environment, what story will you tell the people? You will judge yourself in that, and you'll wish that you never reincarnated because the world that you're living is not the safer world anymore like it was before you died. That is to whoever, to those guys who believe in reincarnation. That is it, the religion. The bottom line is we are called to preserve the environment. If we want Mother Earth to be the best unto us and smile to us each and every time, we must make sure that we are preserving the environment. And the faith leaders, regardless of your faith affiliation, or religious leaders, regardless of your religious affiliation, need to be the people who are taking the the first step and the first action in calling people unto preservation of the environment. The people that you spiritually talk unto, the people that you teach all those spiritual teachings that you give, the spiritual impartations as some of the religions will use. They're the people that you need to also involve in the preservation of the environment. You're the people that you need to call into action to preserve the environment. And know most of the time when it comes to environmental conservation, it's always government after government or NGOs, non-governmental institutions. But I've never ever come across of a religious institution that is in support of the environmental conservation. Few stories of what you've heard about the Rastafarians who are really looking forward unto that, but most of their efforts have been dwarfed down by the big players in the industry, and they have not been heard and all that. But it's that moment that I think we should stand firm as faith or religious leaders or faith, every person who believes in whatever they believe, to take the first mandate to make sure that we are conserving the environment. How do we make this happen? Wherever your religious institution is, wherever your religious construction or building is, we make sure that all those places we have planted trees, we have better waste disposal systems in those places, we have cleaned all the water ponds or the rivers that are in that places without disposing chemicals that can destroy the well-being of those waters and the organisms that lives in those waters, to make sure that the waters is self-purified just as God intended or the creator intended in that instance, because God created that everything should be self-sustainable as long as the man that was given the mandate to steward it is stewarding it in the right way possible. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that is the mandate that we have. What if we all voice our voices, put our voices together? That will be a very interesting thing. I remember sometimes back in the country, in Kenya, the president calling unto every citizen and calling onto a holiday, a tree planting holiday for each and every citizen in that country. If all the religious leaders will make it a norm each and every time they are meeting, that we are going outside, we are going forth to do cleanings within our communities, we are going forth to plant trees in our communities, we are going forth to make sure that we are preserving the environment in each and every way possible that we can. The environment or um, environmental conservation will be a reality to each and every person that is involved in it. If they make it, liberal teachings or practical teachings within their sermons, involve this within their sermons on the environmental conservation in their specific religious platforms or pages or buildings, it will be very much easy for people to understand and take in weight what it's supposed to be done. Remember, spiritual leaders have had and will always have the greatest ever voice in the lives of their believers. Whatever they say is what Whatever they say is what their believers will follow and do. And most of these teachings, the believers will follow them even at the point of death and all that. And what if these teachings of environmental conservation are involved? Their voices can be heard much better than my voice and any other person's voice. Their voices can be heard much better even the government's voice, because people believe in their religious leaders more and they highly esteem them more than anything else. There are some who are, given the same position as God and they're worshipped. So whenever they say anything, I believe that the people who are listening to them will take it with a lot of seriousness and they'll go forth and do it. So we have this role. Before we let it go down worse, in a very worse situation, we can salvage it before it gets to a much worse situation that we cannot reverse it. Before we get to that level that we are asking ourselves questions, where did we go wrong? We can start asking ourselves those questions. What if we go wrong now? What will happen in future? We don't need to wait when it's wrong completely for us to ask ourselves, where did we go wrong? Let us ask ourselves now, where can we go wrong to make it to the other end? And with that, it will be very easy for us to come up with strategies that can pull up everything and bring up the best of the best in this. I think planning for the future is much better than planning for a fallen current. So we need to start working on that. Faith and spirituality have the power to inspire individuals and communicate to them action on environmental conservation. And that is what we are calling on to action. That is what I am calling onto action on the same. By harnessing the moral and the ethics teachings of religious and spiritual traditions, we can create a collective sense of responsibility toward the earth and future generations. Faith-based organizations and communities have a unique opportunity to lead by example and advocate for sustainable practices that protect and preserve the environment. Together, we can work towards more sustainable and harmonious relationships within the natural world. We can be divided on our faiths, whatever we believe in, but we cannot be divided on where we live, and how we should live. There's no shortcut on living on planet Earth. Destroy everything, you are destroyed. I know it's a natural instinct in a man to try to find a way to destroy themselves. Yeah, that is what men will do. But when it comes to conserving the environment, let us put our faith differences aside and bring up the commonality and work on the common thing that we all have and that we all need so much, and that is the environment that we're living in. We conserve it, we make it a better place to be, we be sure that our children and the great-great-grandchildren have a better place to live. Thank you so much. And the call into action. Make sure you share and share and share and share this information so that it can reach many people and call each and every person into action. Environmental conservation is the action. Plant trees. Make sure wherever place you are, whatever place you're in, whether in suburban areas or in urban areas, wherever place you're in, make sure that place is clean. Proper waste disposals in those places. And that goes back to the waste from the bodies and whatever we use on a day-to-day basis. The bottles that we throw everywhere, the papers that we throw everywhere, all those that we just throw in anyhow and anywhere, we can have a better way of working them out. In schools, let us teach our brothers and sisters who are still institutions on all these other things. Let them plant trees in those schools. Let them come up with creative ideas on better waste disposals. Let them come up with better ways of making good out of the waste that we've already disposed and all that. Let us teach them on how to preserve the waters and the environment around them, and I believe that is how we can make it. Call into action on environmental conservation and all other NGOs that are involved in environmental conservation. That is among the United Nations, UNESCO, and other non-governmental organizations and profitable organizations that are working on the same. We need to take the lead in this. And all the bishops, all the archbishops, all the apostles, all the pastors, all the teachers, all the evangelists, wherever name you're given in your faith, wherever leadership name you're given in your faith, according to the hierarchy and whatever you have, we need to take the role and go forth. I'll be so happy to see the church involved. I'll be so happy to see the Muslims involved. I'll be so happy to see whatever religion involved, that we're coming together with one common goal of conserving the environment. I love you all. Let me see you on the street. Call into action. Don't forget, we got to do it the right way. Because if we do it the right way, the world will smile unto us. The earth will smile unto us. Mother Earth will be happy with us. But if we do it the wrong way, she will be angry at us and she will eat us alive. And there will be no way to reclaim ourselves from her. I love you all.